So this is after I had the vision quest and was shown the child trafficking at the train tracks and Platinum Cabaret, and this is after that. So the next day after this, I end up taking the mattresses down to Border Patrol, telling Border Patrol, hey, I got bloody mattresses. And it was from a child trafficking operation out here in Yuma, and we need to do something about it. He looks at me and says, intelligence, they look at me and say, oh, you need to call the police. Well, I ain't gonna touch that. Call the police. It's if there's blood on it and from murder victims. And I said, okay. Guy looked at me like I'm crazy. It's kind of like the usual norm. Anyways, so I call Yuma PD and tell them that there are child parts and human remains there. And they say, okay, well, let's go take a gander. And because God, I need to say this, but because God had me so flustered, I was so flustered trying to get all this in because I was just acting, I was just doing. I told the cops that there are, there's a body there, and he heard it that there's bodies there, but he heard it as body, that physical body, but I was meaning the remains. And so the cop, the two police officers took me down to the auto parts lot where I told them, I said, there's pieces here, there's pieces there. And then I start telling them, I said, hey, so there's child remains here in my pocket, this and that. And these bloody mattresses are from murdered victims. I even tell them where the entrances was over there at Sigler's, the underground lair. And he starts asking me, how'd you get in? And I said, well, I jumped the fence. Okay. Did you steal anything? I'm like, no, didn't steal anything. And they end up taking me to jail for trespassing. And they did the worst, man. They hit you with the hardest books for it. And I was just trying to give them all that information of child trafficking, and they wigged me off as a crazy guy, because I was telling them, oh, God was showing me in visions